guys, so I thought I would vlog a little bit of my time over in Vancouver for the day with Chloe for her neurology appointment, just to keep you guys updated, since I don't know when I'm doing my next vlog or even what I ate Wednesday. It may not be next week, it'll be the following week. Anyways, so I'm just starting my day off with one of the spinach mango smoothies. I used frozen mangoes this time. It's not as good, but it's okay. And I put the whole banana in, as opposed to yesterday where I only did 2/3. And then I also ground up some flax as well. And I still did the chia in green tea. But yeah, it tastes better, I think. So poor Miss Chloe's so grumpy because she didn't get breakfast, because her stomach has to be empty for if the doctor does decide to do the MRI. What are you looking at? I can see her blue eyes. Looking creepy. You're crazy. Anyway, so I'll arrive just with the ferry schedule. I'll arrive like 45 minutes early to the appointment, but I figure I have to get gas. Maybe I'll get something to eat. It's 8:30 now, but I'm taking the 9 ferry, and my appointment's only at 12:15, so I'll have to. Maybe I'll go through like Tim Hortons or something. And I think I'm coming down with a cold. Yesterday my my throat was a little bit sore, and now my nose is dripping. Bad timing. I don't want to be sick when I'm on vacation. But yes, we shall see. So I've been taking lots of vitamin C, trying to get more sleep, although I was up at 6 today. Yeah. So I will update with you guys a little later. So it's showing that I'll arrive at 11:30, which isn't bad, I guess. That's 45 minutes of leeway in case I get lost or something goes wrong. But yeah, just almost done. About to get off the ferry. So we finally made it. She had her vitals checked. Everything's looking good. Now we're just waiting for the neurologist. Are you waiting patiently, Club Girl? It's like, it could be that door, or it could be that door. Mommy. Hi. So I am in the car. Chloe is being kept at the vet. Upon examination, the neurologist couldn't see anything that stood out, which is good, I guess. Yeah, he like watched her move, and like he would put her paw on like this, and like a lot of times, and watch her like put it back, and like I don't know, so lots of stuff. So we're doing a whole lot of stuff, which is so expensive, but she's my baby, so of course I'm going to do that. In my mind, I thought they were just going to do an MRI, and they could have just done it, but I don't know, and you just feel like such a bad owner if you say no. So we're having, first there's chest x-rays to see if there is a tumor in her lungs, and then if not, then they go on to an ultrasound to see if there is any tumor in her abdomen or abdominal cavity or anywhere else. And then if those all are negative, then we go into the MRI to make sure there's no tumor on her brain. And if that's also nothing shows up, then we conclude that she has epilepsy. We could have skipped right, because I was like, well, could we just skip right to the MRI and see if the brain? And they're like, well, you could, but then we'd put her on epilepsy pills, and then, you know, maybe another month before you notice that, okay, that really doesn't have any effect, and then you're going to do those tests anyways, and then, you know, a month has gone by, and is this a school zone? I don't know. A month has gone by, and, you know, the tumor could have gotten worse if she does have a tumor in her lungs. So, of course, you feel bad, and so I'm doing the whole thing. Over $3,000, but thank God for Visa credit cards. But I mean, she's one of my babies, and she's only 5.5, so she's, you know, middle age. She's less than middle age, so much more to live for. So if it is, well, if it is a tumor, I obviously want to know, and even if it is just epilepsy, then we're going to get medication, because she's had like, what did I think I made 9 seizures in the past 3 weeks, which is a lot. Usually you try to control it so it's less than 1 a month. So obviously something's wrong. They kind of did some other, or like went over other issues, but it's unlikely. There could be like fainting spells, but those typically only last like 15 seconds, and obviously she has it for like 5 minutes at a time, and kind of other things too, but based on that she's totally normal between episodes, that's why we're going that route. So she's being kept there till about, they said 7 o'clock at the earliest. So I'm like, okay, well, I would ideally like to get the 9 p.m. ferry back to Victoria, because that's the last ferry. So hopefully, because I have to work tomorrow, although I'm working at the vet, so if I have to call in to say, you know, I'm stuck at the specialist, I can't, you know, that's fine. And I do have my sister who lives here, so actually that's where I'm going now. Picked up Subway for me. I did a foot long so I can have half for lunch now, because it's already 3 o'clock, and then half for dinner tonight. And then I stopped at Starbucks. I got myself a chai, or not chai, I got myself a London fog with skim milk, and she got, which I have to taste because I don't know how it is, a green tea latte with 1 pump and skim milk. So, okay, this is the school zone. I see it's the school zone. So, I'm gonna try her. So, I was like, is it good? It does. I don't really like green tea, so, but we'll see. I'm turning here. I am turning here, I promise. Okay, my sister does have something planned tonight, just like a class that she goes to with her dogs. But I will still probably hang out at her house until I have to go back, because, or maybe I'll go with her. We'll see. Luckily I did bring normal sneakers and a zip up, as well as like my nice clothes to look nice in. Yeah, so I'm getting to see my sister and her doggies. Alright, so I'm at my sister's house. Now I'm gonna taste, oh, it doesn't even smell good. Okay, it tastes better than it smells. Actually, it tastes pretty good. It smells all like the green tea seaweedy, but I wouldn't get it myself, but it's okay. So I'm gonna eat my sandwich and just sit down and relax for a bit. My sister and I, well, my sister was the one that used it first. They're the sparkly soul headbands, and she gave me one, I think last Christmas for one, and basically they're, well, here, I'll show you this one. They're all around, and they have like velvet inside, and so they actually don't slip off. I'm not usually so much for sparkly ones. The one I have isn't sparkly. It's like, you're like glittery. It's just a nice blue color. Anyways, but they're usually really expensive. They're like $17 for one. At the expo, my sister got one. I think they were on sale for $10. I think I showed. Anyways, they were having on the website grab bags, where like mystery grab bags, so you don't know what. But it worked out to be $5 each, and you get 6 of them. I thought you only got 4, but it was 6 for 30. So these are the 3 that my sister took and kept. We kind of went 1-1 and chose, and then out of the ones. And then these are the ones that I got. So I was like, I really like the purple one. That was my first choice. And I was like, oh, and I don't care so much for the other ones. I was like, but I want the purple one. So, yes. Kind of goes like, yes. And they honestly do stay put. It's like, I've worn this for running. And yeah, they don't budge at all. So that's exciting. I was like, perfect timing that I'm here. And now I can get these. Because I think it was just yesterday that she texted me a picture of them and saying, oh, choose which ones you like and which ones I like and stuff. So, yeah. I'm tired. My sister's at her class with one of her dogs now and just hanging out here. She should be back by 6:30, so I'm hoping I'll still see her. I'll probably have to leave here, I'd say at the latest at like 6:45, so I can be there if they do happen to call me. Not that I'm like, oh, I'll be there in an hour, but I really hope that I'm able to get the ferry, the 9 p.m. ferry, because I don't want to have to stay here. I want to go home. Luckily Dan's at my house with the other 2 dogs, so he's looking after them. But still, I mean, I hope she's okay though. And they asked if I wanted to be called like after every thing, and I was like, well, it's not needed unless you find something. Obviously, if you find a tumor, yes, call me. And they're like, oh, of course. But like, do you want to be called like after the x-ray to say we didn't see anything? You want to be called after the ultrasound to say we didn't see anything, we're moving on to the MRI? And I was like, no, just call me at the end unless there's some issue. But now I'm like, oh, I wish they were calling me to tell me. And I could call them, but I was like, it doesn't matter. Obviously, they haven't found anything if they're not calling me, so that's good news, I guess. But still. and I'm sitting around. And then I was like, oh, there's a Yisk here, or Jisk, or however you spell it or say it. I was like, I can go shopping because we don't have that in Victoria. I'm like, I've spent so much money today. My visa is not happy with me, so I'm like, there's no way I can go shopping. I already also like paying for the ferry ride over here and stuff, so no shopping for me for a very long time, I guess. Yeah. Maybe my sister has some snacks. She's like, help yourself. So I may look to see if there's any snacks I can eat. So I just heard from the doctor, no tumors anywhere in her body. Well, I mean, in her toe, but nowhere that they scanned for, which are the more likely place. Not her brain, her lungs, or abdomen, or anywhere in there. That's all coming up clean. And then he was like, and that liver, or no, kidney thing is fine as well. He was like, so, but we're ruling by, diagnosing by ruling everything else out that it's epilepsy, which is fine. And even the medication, Keppra, I think, it's really low side effects. There's another one, but it has higher side effects. This one, pretty much lower appetite, which she overeats anyways, but I don't think anything could affect her appetite. Or then if it's more prominent, I think, in cats, if they already have kidney failure, then it just doesn't make it better. It doesn't really, not that good for it, but her kidneys are fine, so that's okay. So that's good. And then the doctor asked if I wanted to have a what was it called? A spinal tap done. And they would check for meningitis, but he's like, although meningitis can cause seizures, it would be rare based on the rest of her like diagnostics and the rest of her history. But I was like, how much does that cost? And he's like, another $900. So I'm like, do you think it could be that? And he's like, well, there's always a chance. Obviously, as doctors have to say, but yeah, based on everything else, it's unlikely. So I'm like, okay, well, let's not. I'm like, we can always do that after if, the epilepsy medication isn't working. And then they wanted to run a bile acid panel. But that one, she's actually still under anesthetic currently. So because they wanted to know if I wanted the spinal tap done. And so they're like, for the bile acid, we have to wake her up and then feed her a meal, which she'll be so happy to eat. And then you have to wait 2 hours later before you can take the sample. And so then it would be like 8 o'clock. And so I definitely wouldn't make it home on the 9 o'clock ferry, because it takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the ferry terminal. Or then he was like, we can go ahead with the epilepsy and you can get this bile acid panel done at home. And so that's what I'm going to do. I said, yeah, that makes more sense. And so, yeah, so I said to call back in about an hour. It's 5:45 now. And then just to, double check that everything's good. She's out of the anesthetic, and then I can most likely pick her up. So, yay, that's excellent news. So, I'm very happy. Oh, thank goodness. So, and yeah, thank you guys for all of your comments in the video, and especially all of your comments on Instagram, just wishing her luck and praying for her and wishing her good thoughts and everything. Thank you so much. It means a lot. I have, just a huge support system from you guys, and it's been a long emotional day, and I'm just really happy that there's no tumor, because I don't even want to think about that, but it would have been terrible. So thank goodness. I can't wait to see her. So my sister should be home in about half an hour. So hopefully she'll pick us up something to eat for dinner. Her husband's away all day. But yeah, so maybe Thai food, maybe that'd be good. Maybe. Yeah, so I will check in with you guys soon. You blend into the floor. Your mommy and sister's gonna come home soon. She will be ready to go in about half an hour, so I'm waiting for my sister to come back with food, and then I want to go. But yeah, I should make the ferry. There's no wait or anything so far, so things should be okay. But yeah, they're like, we just want to check that she's warm enough, like still recovering out of the anesthetic, but she's like, things are looking good, so oh, I can't wait to see my baby. And yeah, I talked to one of the vets back at home, and she was saying we can even run the bile acid panel through the clinic, and then it can save on costs as well. Or, well, it would still be done through the hospital at home, but kind of the blood can be drawn at the clinic, so I'll have to see kind of how it's going to work with, because she has to like get one sample and then get fed a meal and then 2 hours later, so yes, we will see, but hopefully, or maybe Friday would be better then. Well, we'll think about it. So she got me 2 things from, where did she go? To Bruce's. One of them is pesto tortellini, and then the other one was chickpea curry salad. So I just have these little things, which I can't, I can't really eat, but I'll probably like eat at the ferry terminal in a second. Here he is. A little bit groggy. So we made the 9, thank goodness, which is like 5 minutes. There's kids on the skateboard. Anyways, Chloe gets to have some of her dinner, about 1/3 of her dinner. So, very happy. Are you gonna eat that even? Slowly. You gotta finish that one first before you. She just wanted to take them all in her mouth. Come on. You gotta eat that first. Eat it. Gotta eat it. Oh, you just swallowed that one. Alright. There we go. She still has a little bandage on that I can take off. And they shaved her belly. Should we show your belly? No. Completely shaved. Want some drink? She's having a bit of a fit because there's so many people around. But I'm gonna move her bandage because they said it should come off at 9, and now we're 9. Yeah. That's where the catheter was put in. Oh, honey. You're okay. No. You're all good. So that is gonna be it today. Little Miss Clo is in her bed trying to stay warm, because that was the thing that, well, now it's been about an hour, but they released her a little early because they knew I had to get the ferry, so she wasn't completely out of it. So yeah, so overall I'm really happy that she doesn't have any tumors. So happy. I'm a little bit confused with the medication because I got a week's, well, I'm not confused, but I got a week's dose, and then I'm supposed to like contact them, but I'm away in Mexico next week, so I just feel bad because Dan has to do it, and I just feel bad leaving all this stuff for him. Are you falling asleep now? Honey. But that'll do. So I'm just gonna stay down here and watch a movie on my iPad. I may go up just to go to the washroom, I'm bored, but I want to stay with her. Yeah, she's pretty tired, poor thing. But yeah, so thanks for all of your prayers and well wishes and happy thoughts for Chloe and I, and yeah, thank you guys so much. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.